Hello, everybody, and welcome to the TTM Twitch stream. We'll be covering week 4 of Titan Eternal following our Diamond team, TTM Aegaeon, and hoping to see if the boys can bring it home to a nice win for week 4. I'm here, my name is Hyper, and I am joined with my co-caster, Grantham.
Hello,
Hello.
hello. Thank you for getting us in here with such a fantastic introduction, Hyper. Thank you so much. But yes, will
Thank you.
tonight, will To the Moon Aegeon be able to bring home a victory, or will they fall to the wayside in the games tonight? We shall see. It looks like To the Moon, though, is ready for the first games draft, and we are just waiting for the opposite end. Hyper, what do you think of the thoughts, comments, concerns? Do you have any major predictions going into tonight? Any champions? What do
I
you
would
think?
say, knowing the players on Aegon, I think they want to try to stick to something on the simpler side, try to focus on their execution, make the game plans not so difficult for them, trying to stick to their comfort. So maybe mint on something on a more bruisery, scrappy champion in the top lane, one that requires a little bit more skill expression where he can outhand the opponent, Taunty on more of an engage style tank or bruiser, Professor on his control mages, and then bot lane setting up Luke and CU to be able to win their lane and then carry the momentum out of lane and then help impact the rest of their map. I'm hoping to see those type of champions come out across the board, especially for mid jungle. Maybe we'll see some rise from mid lane. Maybe we'll see some Jarvan from the jungle, something to help really keep them on their comfort for this match.
Some of these standard picks in the meta that I'm hearing, then, which is
Mm-hmm.
the things you would like to see for tonight.
Yes,
You would like to
standard in
see.
their meta, but also comfort for the players, which is a double. It's kind of like a double in where they're good. They're good on the champion, and it's good in the meta. It's nice for both sides.
Indeed, when you have that capability to play those champions that are good on patch, it really can be the edge that you need. But we're gonna have to see. They have red side for game number 1. Looks like we're still waiting though for the enemy blue side to actually ready up. Well, with the red side draft game number 1, I feel personally that this on the in a best of 3, the side with blue. Oh, with that being said, we have game has started.
Yeah,
I feel
seems
that
like
I
draft.
feel that blue side has a better a capability to create an identity because you have first pick and then play through the identity. Um,
Yeah,
because of that, I feel that in a best of 3, blue side has the overall advantage. What are your thoughts moving into this game number 1?
I think it definitely depends on what kind of team you like fitting in more. I think if you really like having that power where you have these really high priority first picks that you want to make sure your team has a hold of, that is the upside of blue, where you can be one of the really strong champions for the meta or those really high comforts for your team that you base comps around. But for red side, you have these openings for countering and having these openings for great opportunities to where you can design your comp to pretty much strike down their win condition. They can B1 whatever champion they want to pick. A great example is right now at Worlds, they're B1ing the Wukong, and you can structure your entire red composition to counter that B1. And speaking of B1s, we have a B1 Aphelios coming in from the blue side.
NQP going with the Aphelios first pick. How do you feel about Aphelios as a first pickable champion? Do you feel like he's a first pickable
I
champion with the current state of the game?
I think maybe in this match, the enemy team's logic on B1ing the Aphelios comes down to taking it away from the ADC of TTM Aegon because he is also an Aphelios player. So, as it being a contested pick, it makes sense in that region. But I do feel like it is a bit scary because you can build a pretty hefty composition on the red side to take down an Aphelios, a low mobility hyper carry. You have a lot of scary champions still on the board. Jarvan not banned, Vi not banned, Wukong not banned. All great junglers to respond into Aphelios, and a hyper carry could match the scaling like a Jinx. As we already see the Scion at the front line for scaling.
To the moon, electing to go with the bread and butter Scion Jinx. Choose a hyper carry and choose the tank of choice for the patch. Very, very standard. Not my favorite. Not my favorite retaliation, but a standard one nonetheless. Shen and Talia seems to be the pickup for NQB on the blue side.
Yeah, interesting response. I'd imagine Shen is picked for the top lane to try to bring some type of lane pressure on the Scion. But majority of times, the Scion doesn't really care much about being oppressed on in the lane. So overall, I feel like this is pretty fine for the red side. And then Talia blind, well, this leaves open room for you to pick a nice long range control mage in mid lane, and the Talia will be not as happy with that, but a Sejuani picked in blind for the jungle, giving us some good engage for our Jinx. Interesting.
Looks like we're truly building a front to back on the side of To the Moon. It seems that we're unaware of the champions that would truly deal with this Aphelios champion from the mid lane. Because when you deal with this Aphelios, you don't actually deal with it from the bot lane. You deal with it from either top or mid. Usually, you elect to deal with it through mid because most mid lane players just hate AD carry players with a vehement passion, and they like getting money.
Yeah,
So with that being said, if you're gonna play into a champions like Aphelios, the best things you can play are champions such as Xerath, Victor, um, things along those lines are the ones that intrinsically come off the top of my head. LeBlanc, Vel'Koz,
maybe
Syndra.
Syndra. Oh, yep.
Yep. Syndra would also we get onto that. Also Mel and Syndra would be some of the highest value champions you could get against this Aphelios. However,
Oh,
it
there's
seems that To
Rise.
the Moon is going for the mid range variation against the Aphelios, which is
Yeah,
it is definitely doable, but it leaves you into a very scary situation where a red-white Aphelios will indeed kill you within 2 to 3 auto attacks if you misplay
yeah. And
and you
then
don't have
Victor
the ability to
brought.
hold the space.
Is this a Talia jungle?
It is looking like a Talia jungle, yes.
Interesting. I personally am not a huge fan of it in the current meta. I feel like, but this player might prove me wrong. But just in my own experience of this champion, as in the past couple of years, it's very hard to have high impact on Talia jungle. You kind of have to play like a farming champion, but you don't clear very fast. So it ends up being more negatively impactful for your own jungler. And yeah, that is going to be a Talia jungle, Victor mid, and the Alistar in support blind pick. Wondering what we're going to counter with
Aphelios
on the red side.
All-Star. If I'm red side, there are only a very few options realistically in my brain. You either A, you play the engage to get your teammates in with a melee champion to help with the Sejuani Scion. You either play an enchanter like the Lulu Milia,
Yeah, I think you play
match
Lulu
the
here.
style,
Seraphine, not
or
bad either.
you
That's solid. That's fine.
you choose something that completely disrupts what the enemy team is trying to do. And it looks like that's what we're going to elect to do.
And I think
The only
Seraphine does
problem
kind of two sides of that, right? She has the enchanter side and the disruption side with the ulti.
The only problem I find with Seraphine Jinx is you have two different totem poles you're trying to play for within team fights. And if either one dies, the other one really, really struggles. Instead of having a complementary cast, both champions really want to be the spotlight within the team composition. But Jinx Seraphine does have a lot of efficacy, and it's incredibly high range, and it beats the shit out of the Seraphine beats the shit out of Aphelios and All-Star, especially once the Aphelios loses access to Calibrum, his sniper rifle.
Yeah, it seems overall, especially when Aphelios loses Calibrum, they're gonna be lacking range. With their furthest range champion after the Calibrum Aphelios being the Victor, you're going to have some hard times getting into these fights. And another thing that's a little bit distressing for blue side is they don't really have a consistent go button. They don't really have a consistent easy way to go in aside from throwing their bodies into that. Maybe Shen can ult the Alistar as he goes in, or Talia throws a wall in with the Shen ult on her. But even then, you're still risking your Talia's life for an engage, and for something that's like an objective fight, you don't want to risk your Talia's life that easily. A squishy mage.
I think you make a really good point, but I think how where this game is truly going to evolve is we're really going to see Sejuani and Sion throwing their bodies in first into the fights, and the Shen ultimate being used as a defensive tool on the Aphelios, on the Victor, and they're going to be by the skin of their teeth existing and living through because of that Shen shield. And the fights may indeed be swapped and for the favor of NQP if they do it correctly. That is how I truly see the Shen providing value in a game like this, because you're right. As an engage tool, you're not really Shen ulting the all-star. You don't really have anyone else who's going to be going into the front lines. So you're really using it as a defensive tool to help with the catch. And To the Moon Atlas, or Aegaeon, excuse me, To the Moon Aegaeon really did draft some catch for sure. With the Sejuani ultimate, the Seraphine ultimate, the Rise teleport with the cage, and you have the Jinkies traps on top of all of it. There's lots of really, really effective tools that you can use. However, the last thing I will say, NQP's setup for a complete one-shot is very formidable. Shen Talia, the taunt into the Talia combo is very easy and leads to insane damage. So I do like that drafting style from NQP. We'll have to see though if it provides any value moving into game number 1. Hyper, do you have any last thoughts, comments, concerns as we move into this first game?
Not necessarily. I'm honestly pretty happy with how Aegon's draft played out. I think overall we just have good answers to most of what NQP would like to do. And overall, I'm looking forward to seeing how the execution side of things pans out in game 1. I'm just hoping, I'm hoping they can bring it back. I know we've had a first rough couple weeks, but it's never too late to turn it around.
It is never too late to turn it around, indeed. That is always the spirit, that is always the goal, and we will have to see whether or not we are able to keep that caliber and spirit through this series tonight.
Yeah.
All right, we will catch you guys all on the other side. Don't go anywhere. Grab some popcorn, grab a drink, and we will see you real soon for game number 1.
Welcome back to the stream. We have gotten into game 1 of our series. I am quite excited. As I stated at the intro, once again, I am Hyper, joined by Grantham, just for anyone that might be trickling in. And yeah, we're in game 1. What are you really looking for here to come out from this early game, Grant?
I'm really hoping to see that Aegaeon doesn't really do anything, quite frankly. I'm hoping that nothing happens for the first 17 minutes. This Victor champion maybe ends with deaths because we collapse upon it with the Rise Sejuani. Rise Sejuani, if Professor trades well, should be enough to actually get this champion down. But ideally, you really want to make sure that this Victor gets no extra stacks on his passive. And the way you really do that is making sure he doesn't get any assists or kills.
Yeah, I agree. I think making sure that everything in the early game going relatively stable is ideally what we would like. Making sure we have more emphasis on protecting our bot side of the map, protecting our scaling carries, and just making sure we can coast through the early and mid nice and easy so that once we get to those team fights, especially I feel like once we get to that third Drake is where we really need to start kicking it up into gear and playing for our fights.
Yeah, indeed. It's really going to come down to the third plus dragons, because our team composition from the side of Aegaeon really is going to take a lot of time to get up and running. But once we hit those 3 items from Jinx, the level 11, the level 16, these kind of timers, it really provides an emphasis into the situations that we see.
Yeah, exactly. And overall, it just seems relatively chill. Now, I would say going into this, what are you thinking about? Well, I'd say the main thing to talk about right now are these jungling paths going on. Both junglers seem to be pathing down towards the bot side of the map, wanting to play down there. How do you feel that might play out for the first crab, maybe moving on from that?
Well, I think it's really, really good for the side of Aegaeon. I think if you just put this Scion on an island, more so than he's already going to be so, then you're just going to... This is how you lose this game. Through the Scion pick. It was the first thing you saw on the side of Aegaeon. They told you, and they elected to they told you that they were trying to scale. And you went for a style that has the opportunity to fight him, right? And wants to trade against the Scion. But he doesn't have the actual caliber of champion to guarantee he wins the matchup. So, with that being said, you should have brought the guaranteed 1-2 setup with the Shen Talia into the lane, get your Shen ahead, use him then as the teleporting when he's a full level ahead of his opponent across the map, is how I would have played this from this position. But the Talia electing to match the Sejuani in the bot side to cover at the 330 mark the both bot sides. Oh, both top laners though.
Whoa!
And getting first blood.
Wait, one for one. One for one.
And disaster for the Shen player.
Interesting. Oh, there might be a little fight breaking out in the bot river. Sorry to cut you off there. I just saw a little trading going on, and we got the crab. So that's a little something for us.
Little Scuffle leads with damage across for Aegaeon and bot side, and Crab. Not bad.
This will
and
be,
the top laners are back at it.
I'm about to say, yeah, that little trade ends up, in my honest opinion, being in favor of TTM. Like, being able to get that wave crash, having to force out the Shen TP, bring out your own TP to apply that pressure. And Sejuani getting that earlier crab allows her to take that reset and get on her camps quicker. So now she's able to just be up in time. She's going to be on her Raptors before Talia even gets to the Gromp.
Indeed. The timers right now for the side. Oh, this is the type of trading I was anticipating.
That is a scary trade coming out. Yeah, Shen, the scary lane bully that he is, pulling out that grasp trade and doing a lot of damage to Mint.
Really showing why this is their first answer towards the top lane pick. Really showing that they have some prowess and some experience.
Yeah, the answer is definitely cooking up some damage, but Talia is pathing down, not able to capitalize off of the trading top side, so Luckily, Mint won't be in any trouble. Mid is still going nice and stable, and bot lane crashing their wave in.
Large wave
No
state.
gank
This
in
could be a
sight. This might be a
dragon.
dragon. Yeah, exactly. This could be
512.
first
Excellent.
dragon. Good timing.
Excellent.
And we drop our bot side camps to go for the dragon. Make it
Oh
a
my
nice
goodness.
tempo play.
Brilliant.
Great.
Play.
This is a great tempo play. Having the
dragon. There we go.
Yeah, having both sides of the dragon push in, free dragon off spawn, and now the Sejuani can just go clear her bot side. Sedge can just go clear the bot side, cover for anything plays. A little bit of trade coming out of the mid lane. Nothing too insane though, and
disaster on the map for DKP right now.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like
GTP. My goodness.
TTM is happy with this.
35 seconds after dragon spawns, it falls because of lane situations. You're too. As a jungler, how devastated do you feel that your laners just got their lanes? Yeah, exactly. That your laners just had their lanes in such a horrible position that their entire bot side has collapsed.
Yeah, like if you're a jungler in that position, you are smiling from ear to ear if you're the red side jungler. If you're Taunty in this position, your mid as a stacked wave crashing, your bot as a stacked wave crashing. You're like, I can skip my bot side camps. I can do dragon, and it doesn't even matter that I skip them because I can go back and just do them after. It's
my tempo doesn't even get messed up because it's a 35-second dragon. It's a 35-second dragon. It's less than 30 seconds.
It's absolutely amazing.
The trading on top side though, just still looking silly.
Oh my gosh, Shen champion, grasp procs.
This is the nature though, because the Scion is just gaining HP. He's done a very good job of actually stopping the Scion from farming. But
bringing Taunty to crash the wave. I like this play. It kind of helps shoo away the Taliyah gank. What is going on for Shen? He walks up into the Sejuani, eats a full combo, and pretty much makes the Taliyah ult useless. Now Taliyah has no ulti, which means no ganks for Taliyah until it's back up.
That's a 2-minute timer.
That's great. 2 minutes of no pressure.
Yep, 9:30 is about the next time we'll be seeing Taliyah with our on-game state. Bot lane, maybe they're looking. Nope, just electing to keep on trading. This All-Star champion really does make most lanes pretty. It's like it kind of neutralizes almost every single lane. I don't understand how he does it, how this champion naturally does it so effectively. Well, actually I do. It's because of his passive. As he levels naturally, his passive slightly gets more and more effective. And as an All-Star, most champions and most players take Revitalize. So that 5% extra healing that you're giving out really does add up over time. But you don't, as a bot laner, trying to get enough damage across into the All-Star lane, you think you're making progress. You think you've done 20% damage. And all of a sudden, 35 seconds later, wave and a half, and all the damage you once had is completely gone. It's a very maddening champion, for sure.
Yeah, exactly. And it looks like on the map, TTM will be securing the grubs. Pretty nice overall map play, but Taliyah will be able to sneak into this blue side jungle and take away the blue. I don't see her taking much more unless she wants to risk having a scuffle happen, but I believe trading the blue buff for the little grubbies is pretty nice for TTM. I would not be mad giving that up, but they're planning for a harder invade. They want this Gromp. They might be able to get it. They have the smite on Taliyah. This might just be a quick little heist, and I think TTM is fine to just give it away. And yeah, they're just gonna give away the blue, they're gonna give away the Gromp, and they'll say, yeah, we'll take the grubs. You take 2 camps. It is okay, because we have Sejuani. Sejuani does not want those camps. Goodbye.
Electing to play to scale. Get those objectives, get those permanent buffs. Especially with the Scion on your team, the Void Grubs just have incredible value. They are just so highly effective, especially since Scion is such a naturally tanky champion. He doesn't really need much more pushing power, but the fact of the matter is, because of that little Voidling, because it gives you a couple more seconds, it almost guarantees the fact that you're going to get your Demolish proc off. These little 100%. Details and these little aspects slowly and surely do add up.
Yeah, it's definitely going to help the overall game, and especially for a champion like Jinx that likes to use her Get Excited passive to take down towers really quickly. Grubs are going to help with that. A little trade comes out into the top side. But Scion is bulky, has first completed item. Shen does not yet. And this is going to look like a kill for TTM. The gank comes in. That's just a dead Shen.
the Scion truly showing off the effectiveness of this Hollow Radiance.
It just didn't
It does not
damage.
matter. It does not matter. AD damage, AP damage, you don't do damage.
Oh, and we're going to trade back this topside jungle for the second dragon. We're not exactly in a position to contest second Drake. Maybe there will be a Jinx Rocket Steal coming in. A little too early, but that's fine. It was blind steal, so just you know, shoot it and see what happens. But it's okay. We trade back some camps, get the Switchwani back on track to her jungle pet. And that's going to be 1-1 in dragons, but 3-0 for 0-3 for grubs. TTM having all three.
Looking like from this point we're gonna have the. It's really gonna come down to first tower, and the next objective for who's gonna get boots this game.
Yeah, it will
It's a
kind of be
still on the map. Neither team, by the way, has actually gotten three kills. So both teams still have this up for grabs.
Yeah, I think it kind of reflects their team comps a decent bit, having a good amount of scaling on both sides. I am a little surprised. I feel like NQP would have wanted to get those 3 kills early with the Shen Talia tactic, as you were mentioning earlier, but have not elected to do so. And more trading in the top side. This Scion champion just does not take damage anymore. 1 item complete. Yeah, buddy, you are definitely damaging him.
Oh, Professor, having the blur flash.
Oh, yeah.
Evades the Alistar, though. Alistar having to make the walk machine back in the bot lane. Professor having the back now without his flash. Not able to be safe. Talia ultis in the bot lane, but
what? Okay, well,
by herself, ganking without support. So
ganking with no Alistar.
So any team walks away unharmed.
Maybe, yeah, I must say maybe CJ Lopez is a good friend of Black Dragonal and CU. He just kind of want to ult down and say, hey, what's up, and then just dip. A little trade going on.
Two ultimate splashes. Also, now the target of obsession. It looks like blue side has created enough space that no one will be going down this fight. Lots of flashes, lots of ultimates though. Down from both sides.
Oh, it's all very close. They're trying to zone CU from coming back into lane. Oh, that's a kill.
Too brazen with their movement.
Yeah,
Gets caught.
Kind of went the risky path back. Didn't go the safe path.
Didn't recognize that the Talia would have the opportunity to land all of her buttons from the other side of the wall. That whole corridor from that side of the wall is completely danger, because the Talia can throw you backwards and has the ability to reach her rock field. So with a little bit of help from the Aphelios, as we saw, made it ready and handiwork of the Seraphine.
Yeah, I would say the good teamwork by the side of NQP and a little bit of just I would say a little too much bravery from CU there, walking through a more contested passageway on the way back.
Indeed. But now, next kill leads to
the feats of warfare.
Looks like TTM Aegaeon trying to overload into this Aphelios right here, electing to bring the rise. The zap does land. The root is good.
The Shen ult.
Shen ult is enough.
Oh,
and
the Stand United. Barely saving Aphelios, has to pop Flash Cleanse and Shen Stand United. That'll be first tower for TTM though. I think Scion's going to demolish this tier 1 top lane. No one's there to protect it.
Mid is going to just easily take down this tower before Victor can even make it in time.
Just like that.
First tower
gone.
to the moon.
it'll come down to the next kill in the next objective, depending on who gets what.
Look how despair.
Oh my gosh.
If I'm Mint, I'm walking in a straight line until I put the fear of God into this Victor. And I tell him that you're not onto my screen.
Gosh.
3 screens away or you don't, or else you're too close.
Victor, I'm sorry, buddy, but you are tickling him. He is quite happy to be taking that damage. Whoa.
Oh, Shed flapping away.
Shed has to flash out.
For the 4 Power Rangers from To the Moon, showing up, trying to get a pick.
Maybe they'll try
Dragon
to collapse
spawning.
on mid.
12 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, this is the dragon coming up.
Oh,
catches
Talia. The All-Star trying to stand in the front, but the All-Star, the side of the Peleos, they are caught.
Warfare.
Mint, killing spree. All-Star handily taken down. The Victor on the other side, ulting, trying to get the people down. Storm, I have the Storm down. They got double Ruben, the stun! Knock up.
Gosh.
Professor cleans him up. The amount of crowd control.
Man, Q.
Oh my gosh.
And catches him.
They are just out of control right now. This Scion champion looking like he's from out of this world. Island vacation no longer. He's an alien invader, more like it. He landed upon that Aphelios and he couldn't even play. The Aphelios did not get a single auto attack off.
Yeah, the fight was just, it looked a little scrappy in the beginning, a lot of damage coming out, and us even losing the first member of that fight, but it ends up going extremely well with a good CC chain from CU into the devastating smash from Mint, knocking up the targets, having them be free kills for Professor, and they are just all cleaned up. The feats of monster slaying collected by TTM, and now the entire feats of strength are collected by TTM. They now can buy those tier 3 boots, get those extra stats, and have that nice advantage in the game along with second dragon. Rift Herald's on the table. I'm curious if TTM will select to go straight to it.
It looks like they are positioning to do so. Taunty attempting to get his support to help Ward get some vision down, as he wants to try to get the objective right afterwards. CU placing down that vision, so they'll have early warning systems, whether or not they get engaged upon, whether on mid and or onto the top side. Shen, checking with his body, sees that the two moons on the Rift Herald. What's gonna happen?
There might be a fight coming out. They don't have Victor for this, but I don't think they care. They might want to force the fight soon. They're gonna flip it.
Ulcer goes in. He's engaging. He's forcing. CU, ulti's on
Talia
board.
caught.
The front line from blue side is just slowly dying. Oh,
It's a 50-50.
If red side gets it.
Oh, and this Jinx is excited. Oh my gosh.
Paperized.
They're down to Talia. Pure disrespect. Oh my gosh. Yeah, honestly, very well played by TTM. They saw the initial engage go in, they backed up, helped CU get a perfect angle with the Encore, catching not just the Alistar, but also the Talia through the Rift Herald, and being able to create a great angle to allow Professor to output high DPS, give Jinx the excited passive, and secure the Rift as well. And that's a tier 2 mid and top lane. That is a lot of gold in the pockets of the TTM players.
The money has escalated.
The money bags. It feels like Scrooge McDuck on top of his entire pile of money. Quite happy with the stage of this game.
The absolute scaffolding that To the Moon Aegaeon has, and the way that they've been able to execute upon their scaffolding has just been phenomenal. This poor All-Star champion just has no chance to escape once he gets in. And so this Seraphine and this Shen, because of the nature of their champions, they don't really move much once they get in, are just getting absolutely lambasted by CC, the Seraphine. She's making every single one of these plays and all the CC chains from her teammates look phenomenal. And just that little bit of extra CC is providing all that time for that Rise and Jinx to get that damage across. Especially now, we're seeing that those 2 items are being finished. It's all from the top side of the map. So we're really gonna have to see if the blue side even has the damage to take down these targets.
Little
Bot side though,
uh,
Professor taking a good 20% out of his lane opponent, trying to put some respect on him. Put some
I think
respect
they
on his
might
name.
try to set up an Otacon play as soon as they possibly can. Maybe they'll try to find a pick on someone, but to kind of go off of what you're saying for that fight, yeah, I 100% agree that they are playing off of their foundation extremely well, and they're also abusing the fact that NQP do not have a similar foundation. They don't have an easy time getting into the fight. Their whole game plan is to create space and to play the long con, but they can't anymore. They're not strong enough. Their comp requires them to be stronger to utilize that. Some pokes comes out in the mid lane. So I'm pretty happy to see that Aegaeon is really just kicking it up into gear, and honestly, they're not even trying to do this Otacon because it might be a throw. They're just locking in. They're playing for this dragon. Shen is fighting Sion, but doing nothing with that damage. Yeah, it is, he's gonna be laughing like tickling me ML with all that.
21 minutes, they finally figured it out. They brought the jungler into the top lane to try to get the lane.
The 21-minute gank! It has been foretold, and Cyber Shove misses.
Well, maybe next game, guys.
It's okay, it's okay. Oh, they're bringing the whole Avengers are top lane. They want Mint dead.
They want this Otacon, and Mint is the thing that's standing in their way.
They're starting the auto. I think they're gonna trade auto for Dragon.
Electing it for the Dragon.
Yeah, they're not in position to contest this Otacon, truthfully. I think they're just gonna trade the Dragon and two towers bot lane, which honestly, at this stage in the game, I don't even think it's a huge deal to give away the Otacon. You're 1 drag away from Soul. You can get 2 towers bot lane, open up the map completely. I don't think it's the worst case scenario.
This is the only aspect is what we're seeing right here that will come as a consequence of bringing Otacon down for the side of blue side. This Victor is level 15, and as you can see, he's really tanky.
Oh, one more. Okay.
The warp gives him out.
Oh, but Sion, no!
Sion is getting the bounce house treatment.
The classic.
Oh, but he ultis back in? No, he dies. No, there's no chance.
Yeah.
I thought he would run out.
That is the downside of giving the Otacon. You do end up losing that level advantage that you are holding on them. And honestly, TTM just goes a little too aggressive on that tier 2 play, trying to fully secure it, and ends up giving away the Sion shutdown to the Talia, which I guess is not the worst person to give it to, but not ideal either.
Indeed. The Aphelios not being at 2 items though is a big deal. Is he finishing it right here? He actually is. So never mind. Both AD carries are actually even items. So this game, even though the mid lane and the jungle have increased money over their counterparts, it does not really matter from the side of the AD carries if you really think about the raw amount of effective damage a fight could come through when it comes just through the attack damage aspects.
Yeah, I think the big saving grace for NQP might be trying to hunker down and honestly letting this Victor DPS for as long as he can in these fights to try to catch up with the Rise. But you know, for TTM, as long as Professor is getting damage off, as long as he is safe and sound, they're locked in to win most of the team fights, I'd say.
Yes, and I would absolutely have to agree. It really is going to come down to how fast can To The Moon get this Baron off the map and start pressuring down those tier 3 towers. Because as we can see, they have the positioning, but what they don't have is the confidence to walk at the enemy base.
A lot of pings coming out on this Shen. Maybe they're going to try to catch him out when he goes to the tier 1. Realm Warp coming in. Onto the last. Oh. Shen's going to try to run away, though. He might get out.
Shen going down into the river. Yep.
But but NQP is recollapsing onto Jinx.
Jinx is the target.
Down to the shove.
Has to burn. All summoners down on Jinx now. That is disastrous for the side of To The Moon.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Now your Jinx has no thumbs going into this Baron fight, which might be a little risky. TTM might have to try to look to pick off one of the members of NQP before even trying to engage this Baron.
But they're certainly not starting it on spawn, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely not.
Let's do a check on the Scion HP. Scion's HP is at 1,000 extra.
Oh my gosh. 1,054 HP. Bonus.
Literally has 3,000 to 4,000. That W passive, quite honestly making the difference between the two items right now, between these two champions. When it comes to just raw, effective HP and strength.
Honestly, TTM might elect to just hold off until the Chemtech Soul spawns, which might be a good strategic decision. They don't want to flip the game on the Baron without any guaranteed win rate on that. So they might just hold off.
Just have the Baron summoners as well, which is something they are
that makes sense.
Considering. They understand that they're in the driver's seat as well, right? These are all things they have to consider.
This does give NQP a bit of leeway on threatening a Baron around the time of Chemtech Soul, which maybe they might elect to trade. They might not. We have 3 people basing, trying to get that tempo set up for the Chemtech. This is one window of time where NQP could maybe start the Baron. Trying to get control of the area. Maybe they'll take tier 1 mid. Maybe they'll start hitting. Unsure on what their game plan is here. They are hitting.
Baron.
This is their window of time. Because TTM wants to play for this Chemtech Soul.
But TTM saw. They have vision. They know.
They have vision. Silence keeping it.
Here it comes.
Wait, NQP has to leave. They can't keep doing this.
Left.
They've
actually ready to reset.
They can't keep doing this.
Spawns. Oh, see you. Oh, she flashes it. Well done. Almost gets caught by the Slayer combo. About to lose her life.
Yeah, it's
nearly
really scary for NQP to continue that Baron. Sion's TPing, and he has his ultimate to go in.
The carries,
but they're gonna go back on it.
To the moon have already moved over the dragon and are prepared to run over.
Yeah,
NQP.
I definitely think there's gonna be a fight breaking out on the Baron. This is gonna, Realm Warp came out. It already happened.
They're here now.
They're here and they're ready to fight. This could be a flip.
Sion ulti onto the back line. It's both of the carries. Shen trying to make space, but the very ultimate.
Oh.
Sion's still taking his ultimate, by the way. Look, the Felix is caught! Oh no, disaster for the side of blue. Sion doesn't take damage. This champion is literally full HP after that fight. His HP bar did not move the entirety of that fight. And Seraphine never once in a dangerous position.
That was an extremely well-played fight by the side of TTM, and 2 key ultimates made the difference there. Seraphine's Encore hitting the Victor in the back, pretty much guaranteeing that he gets CC chained by the Scion, and then Sejuani's ultimate coming out and catching the Aphelios, catching him out, guaranteeing that both of their carries at times in the fight were not able to be in the safe positions that they wanted to be, and guaranteeing TTM a nice free Baron Chemtech Soul, and they're in the driver's seat. This is their game to control, and it's up to them how they want to try to finish it out, or being able to finish it out. They need to be able to do that now.
It turns out these champions that have been out since 2011 are really not able to hold the space required against some of these newer champions. Devastating, one might say. Then All-Star. Really unable to keep that space for the Aphelios in the way that is required, because that just lengthening the ultimates and not able to stand directly in front of the Sejuani ultimate either. It's just absolutely disastrous for blue side. But now the real question is, how and when is red side going to clean up this game?
They're already going for the Victor. Have to burn Flash and the Shen ultimate. Sejuani's eating the Chaos Storm, and there's Sion. Yeah.
Misses, but he's here. Realm Warp into mid.
Realm Warp to mid. Smart
Power
play.
Range is a symbol. Tower, dead.
Guaranteed another fight.
On 2.
Charmed.
She's hitting hits. Jinx is excited.
Jinx is excited. Yep. And oh
Oh,
my,
the feelings guy.
what happened to his health bar?
I can only assume that was the rise. Oh, this
my
poor
gosh.
Shin champion.
And that, yeah, I mean, this should be game
Game.
one here. That's 3 people down, unless
Barricade.
unless this
As
Victor and Aphelios have some secret tech to pull out of their pocket. They're CC'd,
Oh.
locked down, and dead. Yeah, that'll be game one
Aphelios,
going
by
to
the way.
TTM.
As absolutely a champion, I'm sure.
Oh,
Oh,
and a rocket
my.
to secure it.
A decisive game number 1. Decided to the moon, Aegaeon. Deciding to take the Scion off the table, taking the Jinx off the table, really just saying, this is the style we like to play. This is the style we will be playing. And grabbing that game number 1. Hyper. Last thoughts, comments, concerns?
I honestly think that TTM just played a really clean game overall, had great fights, made good decisions, and if they keep this up for this next game, we could be looking at a nice 2-0. I'm hoping, but I could always be wrong. I could always cast or curse it. But we'll see. I'm excited to see what game 2 looks like now.
Indeed. Don't go anywhere, anyone. Make sure you get some drinks, grab some popcorn, because real soon we'll be getting into the draft for game number 2.
Welcome back to the stream. We're going into game two, well, draft two for TTM versus NQP. Very excited to see this draft, especially after the dominant performance from TTM in game one. What are your thoughts, Grant, going into this game two, draft two?
Oh, we have blue side. I'm
Yes.
really excited for this. What I'm really hoping for game number 2 is that we decide on a strong mid AD carry combination like we did day number 1. The Ryze Jinx, with Ryze being so tanky, he's able to really frontline for the Jinx, and the enemy team's not able to get in front onto her a lot of the times. So this kind of combination makes a lot of sense. So I'm hoping that we see this for the next time in this next game, the same kind of concept where we have a AD carry that likes to sit behind either alongside another long range champion, like another long range caster mage, or has a champion that provides space and utility for the concept and the style. But the question I have for you, Hyper, is what lane is going to be first picked for the side of Aegaeon?
That's a great question. This might be, let's see, well, Scion is off the table, so it probably won't be a B1 Scion. This might just be ADC first pick. They might want to establish what type of comp they want to build around their ADC early, so they want to pick the centerpiece on B1. But I'm a little unsure. It could be that. It's mid lane, maybe, with the Ahri pick. It is. B1 Ahri. So they're electing to have the Ahri be their first pick of the whole draft. Maybe they'll try to build their comp around getting catches with the Ahri, maybe a jungler that can follow in with the engage, and an ADC that can capitalize on those catches.
Indeed, the Ahri is a very, very safe staple. However, if I was NQP, if I were, especially now that I've shown Jin Mel would just be devastating
Oof,
from this
it would be
position.
terrifying if a Mel gets locked in here. Hoping it does not.
Only
But,
problem with locking into
it
this
would be
Ahri
smart.
is it puts you in a very dangerous position to have your middle of your core of your team crumble, because if the enemy team provides enough resources into shutting
Mundo.
down your mid, ooh yes, this matchup is really not fun as an Ahri player.
That's a
Dr. Mundo into
really
Ahri.
early Mundo pick that could be a flex going into top or jungle. But this does give TTM a lot of opportunities to pick champions good into Mundo. So I am a bit curious on the very early Mundo pick, and I'm also more
If
curious
I'm
on what our responses will be.
if I'm Aegon, I'm not looking at Varus, I'm looking at Vayne. But Varus is a phenomenal choice. I think this matchup is. I've had conversations with the Aegon AD carry player, and he knows exactly how I feel about this matchup. And if I were to give it into one sentence, Jin loses matchup because Varus hits more.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty good way to sum it up, especially the on-hit Varus looking pretty strong here. It just out DPS's Jhin, shreds Mundo, and that's a Zac jungle locked in. I like this, honestly, because if you're into the Mundo jungle, you can out-impact him early, create natural tempo on the map for your laners, and you're a really strong pick into the Jhin. Vex locked in as a counter
Uh-huh.
to the Zac
Vex Ari
Ahri.
is actually a really good matchup for the Vex, but it's not nearly as impressive as some of the other matchups that were on the table.
It's also low consistent damage for the side of NQP. I think all of their damage has to be up front and it has to be on a carry for it to be beneficial, or else you just lose all of your damage into something like a Zac that is happy taking it, and you end up kind of being sad if you're on the side of NQP. Support bans coming out though from NQP, banning the Lulu, banning the Braum, Poppy and Karma being banned out for TTM.
Trying to get rid of some of these styles that disrupt the Zac. However, the style that they did not get rid of from Aegeon would be the Janna. Janna is a devastating take into the side for NQP. It provides some utility, some safety, and Jin Janna is a very strong lane, unironically, because Jin gets extra movement speed every time he looks at her. But they're electing to
Nautilus.
go for the engage with the Vex Nautilus. Very, very strong core. Aegaeon retaliates with, it's going to look like they're going to have to choose top and support here
Support. Hmm.
against a Nautilus. What are you trying to play?
Well, I mean, you definitely want to play things that just capitalize on his engagers. Braum band off the board. You have Zac in the jungle. You can pick something bulky in the top lane, which will allow you to pick a more counter engage enchanter in support. Renata Glass was the first thing that come to mind. And honestly, I think it's completely fine. You have champions that want to dive in and walk at you. You have Vex, you have Nautilus, they want to jump on your backline. You have Dr. Mundo, if once his passive is blown away, you can berserk him onto his own AD carry, and I promise his AD carry does not want to deal with the Mundo hitting himself. So definitely a solid pick. I think in my head I was thinking either Renata Glask or a Janna on the side of the TTM. Gragas picked for the top lane. Pretty
Very
similar style to
self-reliant.
last game.
Yep, very self-reliant.
I'm curious what this
Renata
R5 will be.
has lots of really good synergies. She works very well with Ari. She works very well with Zac and Varus because of the nature. Her passive provides every time she uses an ability or an auto attack, she puts a mark on her allies, just
Viego.
kind of like
Bear.
Volibear, Viego.
Viego? Viego?
It's a
Hey,
Viego game.
okay,
You're playing
Viego.
for the reset. This is
I
a traditional reset composition for the side of NQP.
I
Grab your
do love Viego, but as a Viego player, I have to admit this is a very difficult game to play Viego in. I will be honest. You don't have easy targets to one shot. You do have good bodies once you can, but you don't really have easy targets to kill. Ari has really high mobility. Zac and Gragas are really bulky. Renata Glask has W to save the Varus. It's very hard to find resets easily this game, but if Viego gets fed, he gets kills, he gets his gold ramped up, then it'll become easier and easier for him to accelerate the game. In terms of jungle matchup early, yeah, Viego's a lot stronger, but Zac has good team play. I'm curious. I love seeing Viego. I love playing Viego. I'm curious how he's going to play it.
Yeah, for sure. He has lots of crowd control from a lot of his map. With the way that they've drafted, this makes a lot of sense. Last time they drafted a really strong 1-2 with their jungle top. This time, their jungle top have no synergy, but the top champion provides a lot of space for the jungler. They've gone and elected to play for the prime position for the jungle. Nautilus Jhin bring a lot of crowd control, lots of utility, and just enough damage to provide the reset potentiality for the Viego. So
Yeah,
Aegaeon is really going to have to figure out whether or not they're able to, one, bait the fight, two, survive the initial engage, and then three, actually retaliate in a way that is meaningful and devastating to the core premises of what the NQP lineup is trying to provide. So, any last comments, concerns as we move into game number one
nothing
or game number
really. I'm
two?
just extremely excited to see how this game number 2 goes, and hoping TTM can bring it home with a nice 2-0, but we'll see. I'm curious. I like some spicy picks in the draft, and I'm happy to get into the game.
Yeah, and we will be doing just that. So don't go anywhere. Don't touch that remote, that mouse. We will see you just in a minute as we get into game number two.
Welcome back to the stream as we start game 2 for TTM versus NQP. Excited to see how this game goes. A much more interesting and diverse draft this go around. Hoping to see if we can continue another dominant performance in the game too. And I am also again joined back here with Grant. How do you feel about these compositions going into game 2 and this rather daring level 1 by NQP?
This is exactly what I was expecting to see. We're going to be seeing the side of red playing directly through this jungler. Just oh, the flash from the Nautilus, barely missing the hook.
That
Level 1
was not a close.
Going to be bloodless this time around, but certainly not attempting to be so.
Wait, this Nautilus has no Hex Flash. So now he just actually has no flash for the lane.
He's completely out of commission for a while.
Uh-oh. That might be dangerous for him. That'll definitely give up the priority for bot lane for the early lane phase, but it won't make that much of a difference in the sense that normally TTM in this draft should have the bot priority for the early game. The double range, early game aggression of Varus Renata is pretty scary to try to fight up into. And both junglers starting on the top side of the map, pathing down. Makes sense. Both sides have relatively self-sufficient tanks.
Yep, I'll into the top lane again. Leave them up there, see how they fare in a couple minutes. Mid lane though, just absolute trade city from both sides. Neither mid laner getting any CS.
I like it. Actually, this game is going to be pretty different. Yeah?
Never mind. 5 out of 6 from the first wave, it seems, from Professor. Spoke too soon.
Got 6 out of 6?
Nope, there's a...
Oh, no, you got 5 out of 6. Oh, I see. Yeah.
However, level 2 in bot lane, no anything on the side of... No flash from the Nautilus, but the trades are devastating into the Renata glass. She's just not... She is basically made a class.
That is very scary for the side of TTM. Losing that much HP on level 2, it's going to create a little more of a tragic situation. You don't want to get hooked again. Luckily, no thumbs were blown in that exchange, so they are still up for any more shenanigans might be happening. A charm catches in mid!
Big trades mid. Oh, big trades bot.
Oh, but a hook catches blocked.
We're trading auto attacks.
There's so much fighting. Wait,
Nautilus has no flash.
Loves this.
Flash forwards by the Varus. Does get the kill.
Wait, the Varus likes this.
Flash and barrier, but the double kill from the Varus.
Double kill for Black Dragnall. Collecting both of them, and that is exactly what you want to see from your aggressive bot lane. I like it, and wow, Professor is genuinely putting on a clinic in mid. 20 to 9 CS. 9 CS Vex at a 20 CS Ari. But Viego does have first move on the Crab, mainly because he has that significantly quicker full clear in the beginning. He'll be able to secure that and reset.
Gonna catch him on vision though, as she's walking out of base. Nothing lands though.
He does escape the handshake. Oh.
Lane looks absolutely miserable from both sides, as neither top lane are getting much CS from this lane.
Viego starting the sheen.
No one is really getting a much CS in this game, quite frankly. All lanes just truly just focusing on just trading and trying to make advantage states happen, rather than focusing on their own ability to actually farm.
Yeah, this is the jungle CS game. Seems to be... Oh, a failed gank coming out, though. From Taunty onto the top side. Trade coming in mid, though. Ooh, nice charm from Professor.
Large trades. Goodness gracious.
Oh, I'm not a massive fan of this. I'm not a massive fan of this late reset from Taunty. He's going to be on the map far later than Viego. So Viego now has a lot of room to just finish his clear and play for this dragon, and he'll be in position for it before the Zac.
the natural consequence of ganking top lane there.
So it
And
is
failing.
very scary.
5 minutes.
Time-wise. Oh no, we're gonna send another gank on mid. If this gank doesn't equal
Looks
a
good,
kill,
though.
it might be scary. It's
Looks
gonna look
good,
for a
though.
kill? It does look good.
We hit the minion. We hit the
Nice. Beautiful, beautiful.
auto attack
Okay.
connects.
And then we go straight out. We're gonna lose our Raptors though, but we just have to I think we give the Raptors away. Wait a minute. NQP's not gonna look for the Raptors. I'm surprised. I'm shocked.
Oh, I think he did. I think there's. Oh, you're right.
No, they didn't touch him.
Left the camp.
I
left it
am
uncontested.
very surprised. Like, enemy jungle just blew all of his resources mid. You know that the bot lane can't move. The enemy mid does a reset, and you don't grab the Raptors? I mean, I'm happy for our team, but a little shocking.
Not the lead advantage states you would like to see being generated from your teammates if you're NQP.
Oh, 100%. And honestly, at this point, I'm kind of happy to be Taunty because my lanes are just absolutely cooking the enemy lanes, and I'm able to just maybe utilize some time to help them out. Another charm hits, and another good trade with the electrocute proc.
Professor showing why Vex is not picked, and why this matchup is not actually favored for the Vex.
I mean, Professor is holding a lecture, and Vex has to listen to it.
Absolutely enthralled by his words, one might say. As those charms keep on landing.
First Dragon might go to NQP here. Probably will. Maybe there'll be a trade kill on the
little sidetracked.
Yeah, it seems a little interesting here. Oh, they're gonna look on Taunty. That's a quick kill. Yeah, that is a bit of a rough position to be in. If you're Taunty, trying to check the dragon, seeing if you can maybe grab any scraps, but they just fully turn on him, getting the dragon, getting the kill. And now Viego can go collect his top side when he wants and kind of start building up a bit of a gold lead here. They're looking on Professor again, maybe, but will not be successful.
The ultimate from Varus onto the Jhin. Big hits. Is it enough?
Oh, is that a kill?
No.
Oh,
he does not charge the Q long enough.
Barely misses. Oh, but that
Vexar. Argar.
Alive. Professor. Oh, blue buff. Okay.
Blue buff will not assassinate Professor
Oh my
today.
gosh. I was a little worried. I saw the the rush go right in front of the blue buff, and I saw that arm go up in the air. I was worried that it was going to come down on the Professor's head, but instead it just smacked a big old amalgamation of Jello being Taunty. And I think TTM will be able to look for these grubs. They're in the position first. They might try to see you. But Viego does have access to the Heartbreaker if they do want to fight. Well, we still do not have...
a little skeptical to start it because they have vision, but...
I think they're a little scared here. They don't have their pieces in place, and I think they're scared that they don't have the ultimate on Zac. Looking on Gragas, a lane swap.
3 champions. One, it's on the Jhin. Jhin's caught. Getting absolutely bounce housed.
Yeah, Jhin's just gone.
And now, passive of Renata truly coming into play. As it's just adding that little bits of damage that you would not expect. He is going to go down. Renata flashing forwards to finish that kill onto the Nautilus.
This is that aggressive support, seeking kills. It's working out pretty well. Yeah, free Void Grubs, a nice good play coming out. Hey, I mean, you're pretty happy if you're TTM in this position, getting some kills, getting some grubbies, being able to get some nice control of the map. And NQP's gonna have to figure out... Oh, yes, the match. Thank you. And
matching the lane states, yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Figure out what?
He's gonna have to figure out how he's gonna want to get his team back into the game, because they're a bit at a deficit currently. Maybe it'll be the dragon fight, maybe it'll be the rift. Unsure of what timing he will utilize to get there.
Hard to say whether or not this Viego champion is going to have the X factor and going to be able to reset through these fights and actually truly bring home that victory for his teams in the next upcoming dragon fights. We're gonna have to see whether or not the side of Aegaeon has accrued enough money to have the stats required to survive those initial engagements.
Ooh, some
Speaking of those
fancy feet by
engagements-
Professor. They get the Spirit Rush out already. Charm
Professor-
comes out.
Spirit rushing around.
Oh, but Taunty's
now
dead.
Taunty
He
got
just walked in.
position. Insta-dies. Viego, feeling brazen, goes forwards. Next, lands ultimate again. However, Aegaeon is here.
Yeah, it seems to be overall okay. I think, you know, it was a little scary. Taunty walked in. I guess he thought he also had a Spirit Rush with him, but sadly did not. Nautilus getting charmed. Oh, that's a kill.
Only 5.
That's a-
Only level 5.
Yep, that's a
No.
reset. Well, this is kind of what NQP wants to look for. They want to look for these picks. They might get another. Probably not. Explosive Cast comes out, zones them away. Yeah, completely
Just
fine.
saying, no, please. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm fine. No more deaths for my team, please. I beg. Yeah.
No soliciting. Thank you.
And we have an interesting lane assignments coming out overall the map. We had Varus kind of getting some free farm versus the Mundo, now taking his base after the wave. Mint will be coming up to reclaim that lane, most likely sending Varus back into the bot lane. We have the Dragon coming up though in 15 seconds. The Varus will be late. So, I mean, NQP will have first move on this Dragon. They might have first dibs. And from what it looks like body language on the map wise, it honestly looks like TTM is giving the second Dragon.
Yeah, Taunty not recognizing that they could have it. They have about 5 to 6 seconds after Dragon spawns to go and start this Dragon. And they are absolutely taking that opportunity to start it. So Dragon number 2, looking like it's just going to fall decisively to red team.
Yeah, I'm curious to see if, like, there's no trade plays on the map for TTM, so we're kind of just handing this over for free. It's a little scary. Maybe we'll look onto the Vex, but she has her passive, no longer has it though. Maybe they'll look on a play on the Vex. Maybe they will not, because I know for sure you can't really look on this Mundo. Level 10 with 111 CS. That is a large boy in gold. Oh. Okay. Nothing happens in mid.
Taunty certainly attempting to gank. But until level 9, without the extra range, you aren't able to get those very surprise angles. That level 4 ultimate, not nearly long enough.
Oh. A little charm comes out. We have a trade happening in the 1v1. Diego on the way to kind of hover.
Game's back to a pretty relatively stable state.
Yeah, now it's
Game is
going...
5-4. This is actually significantly closer than game number 1.
I agree. This game, for the first 13 minutes, it is a lot closer. Seems like NQP has really brought their A game for game 2, and they said, well, we're not going home yet. We want to make this as long of a series as we can, which, I mean, for them, awesome. For my sleep schedule, not so much, but we'll see how it goes.
Gonna have to see whether or not they're gonna be able to bring up and find the resources and tools to actually
This
make
is a level 11 Mundo?
Yeah, he's making the
no.
by far the strongest end of all of these plays.
You got 2 plates with 1 proc. Oh no. Okay, I'm a little worried.
Right before plates fell as well. Disastrous.
That is a massive Mundo. God, this is gonna look like one of those Alois reels where he just walks around on Mundo, one shots an 80 carry. I really hope it doesn't look like that, but with how big he is, it might.
Slowly but surely, it's coming to actualization.
Oh, an invade coming in onto the TTM blue side. They are just pushing Taunty out of there. They said, this is my blue buff, this will be my Gromp. I'll take a little
Oh,
bit
but
of
they
this.
see, and they're looking to try to dive this Jhin.
I like this play.
Smells
Smart.
it. But is it enough to smell it?
Oh. Oh!
The answer is
Oh,
it is enough. As to the
two
moon is
kills for
literally
the Jin. Oh no, there were so many key abilities missed. Sadly, it was just the idea and the plan was there for TTM, but the execution was so tragic. There were
devastating.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Trade back
effects.
kill for the mid. Okay.
Absolutely assassinated.
A lot of carnage coming out from the map. This still slightly favors NQP. Jin getting 2 kills in a situation where he honestly shouldn't have probably gotten any. But a lot of abilities being missed, like the piercing arrow, the charm, and the orb of deception all being missed on him, having to lead to way more HP being lost. And luckily TTM was able to find a kill back. Zach's able to surprise the Vex, get a little one-shot kill with the tower damage. But it's sadly not enough to bring the gold fully even, but still only about 500 to 600 gold lead on the side of NQP. Should be okay.
If I'm NQP and I'm Jin, I feel fantastic about that dive.
Oh, you feel amazing, yeah.
I got paid. NUT used huge resources to try to kill me. My top laner got the enemy top tower in retaliation, and now I have boots.
Yeah,
Not
you
what
got
wanted to
paid,
see,
and you pretty much won a situation that you had no business getting kills in. So that was pretty insane. Oh, this is gonna be a kill on
Vex.
Professor. He has no Spirit Rush and no Flash. He's dead.
Professor is just instantly dead.
Wow.
Out of position and out of time. This Gragas
Boy,
versus Mundo matchup looks pretty trash. And
He's
does
having
not
a
seem to be getting any better.
hard time. Yeah, it really doesn't, because he's gonna get that Warmogs, that Heart Steel. That, he's just gonna be super.
He's
bulky.
just getting ignored now. Oh,
Oh no!
who would have seen this coming?
He's going where he pleases too much.
Mid lane, little trades, little scuffles. Taunty really trying to get something going, but getting caught by the Diego. Dragon has spawned.
And
Red
their
side
dragon,
is collapsing.
It's gonna go to the side of NQB. I'm very unsure how TTM might be able to contest. They will have to use an abundant amount of resources to make this fight doable for them. It's a tough one. They probably will hand it over. Maybe they'll look for a steal. Oh, but they catch Taunty.
Taunty is falling. He is
He's
falling.
The bailout won't bail him out.
Not this time. And systematic pickup for
That's a reset.
the Vex.
They have the Zac body.
Uh-oh, the ultimates have landed onto the Professor.
And she has no ult to get out. Oh my gosh, yeah, this is looking dire for the side of TTM. It is just scary right now with NQP taking over the map, being able to take the towers they want to take, the objectives they want to take. Just honestly, from what I could see, just too many misplays happening, misexecution, missteps, a lot of miss in the game play of TTM, which sadly not exactly what you want to see. Rift Herald coming out, gonna go for the tier 1 mid tower, grab C with
Not a choice.
Oh, that will be tier 1 mid. And all tier 1 towers gone on the blue side, while all the tier 1 towers on the red side still up and strong. Not the greatest situation. But
The only consolation blue side has going for them is tit for tat. The Varus does theoretically just shred the entire enemy team.
Yes.
And this Zac champion, if he does get enough items, theoretically has enough damage and tankiness to provide enough utility in a fight that he can kill everyone except for the Mundo. So that should be good enough.
I think this game will definitely, I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna come down to, will TTM be able to protect their Varus long enough for him to shred through the enemy team? They have 4 people who play as Peel, and oh no. Mundo's walking him down.
Mundo was the target, and now is no longer the target because he burned Ghost.
Oh
Instantly,
my gosh.
they have to run away, recognizing that there is no chance that character is going down anytime soon. Professor, caught again.
Another attempt to look on a Professor. The dredge line misses though. will not catch Ari. Maybe
Unless
they'll
they're
try
walking in
again
dangerous
here.
areas.
This one
Oh,
catches.
flash onto the
Two different
Mars.
fights are happening.
Maybe it's out of position.
Diego has no flash or Heartbreaker.
Oh, Mundo's
And
inside this
caught.
fight.
Oh, this.
Vex ultimate misses. The mid player is dead. He's been executed. Oh, the Vex has found her way into the fight, and she has just demolished the enemy team. And it's not even close. Diego resets.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and that ends up being good for NQP. It was looking like a pretty strong start for TTM. Viego expended a lot of his resources to not even kill the Varus initially. And the Mundo was in there too, getting shredded, but it came down to Vex finding a key angle and a key ult onto the Varus with her passive stacked up. So when she lands in, she fears everyone around her and is able to clear a pathway to one-shot the Varus. And with Varus down, their damage is gone for TTM.
Yep, after the damage was gone, there was just no way. Mint just got isolated as well. So this Jhin and Viego were able to completely just dice him apart. And Jhin with a Viego is just so formidable because Jhin wants champions at low HP, and Viego just wants to sit there and hit whoever's in front of him. So it's just it's a very natural synergy and a symbiotic relationship. Oh, a Professor caught. Thinking, oh, it's only a Mundo Q. Surely it doesn't matter, right, guys?
Surely it doesn't matter. Dies. Well, yeah, it seems like it does matter, and I've truthfully have seen one too many YouTube shorts of this Mundo champion to understand that he's getting to a point where he might be borderline unstoppable. Mint getting caught, locked down.
Trying his best to survive, but
I don't think he's gonna make it though.
Walking directly into a Mundo champion.
Oh, he might get out actually.
Oh, he does walk out. Excellent.
Nice.
This Mundo player did not make any space between him. He elected to try to kill this Gragas at all. Very gracious of him.
Yeah, that, and also C was able to use the hostile takeover to make sure that instead of hitting the Gragas, he was smacking some minions. So making sure that his focus did not turn over. Did have to use the Gragas Flash and the Renata Ultimate. But overall, saving Mint.
Every little save, every chance to keep money out of the pockets of your opponents is big. However,
Charm lands, but no follow-up.
Fails.
Change the corruption lands
onto the Viego. He's taking large damage. He might be dead. Shut down. Onto the Ari. Viego's gone. Dragon
this
just
is
spawned.
Massive. Yeah, they can secure this dragon.
No soul. Hyper, they may get a dragon.
They actually get a dragon. They do. Uh-oh, Vex, don't do it.
Let's not count Aegaeons before they hatch.
Vex, don't do it.
We still have a Vex ultimate. We still have a Jhin ultimate. There are some very devastating tools still.
This will be our first dragon of the game. The problem is this Mundo is doing the classic push, and he is taking everything we own in the top lane.
Yep, tower tier 3 going to be starting to be bashed down quite soon. Nautilus making as much time as he can. Really just being an absolute nuisance. Uh-oh. Map state looking a little dangerous. All state for all parties.
Professor, you gotta get out of here. Oh.
Nope, not this time. Top lane tower.
Mundo, there seems to be some people hitting you. I mean, he doesn't care. He's just chilling.
Ghost. Stuns.
He's gonna pop the
ult. He's just ulting, walking around. Mundo goes where he pleases, I guess.
Oh.
We don't know how to combo our abilities, so
he'll eventually die, though. He doesn't have an ultimate. He dies. Okay.
Ultimate. Not before getting a bunch of Heartsteel stacks, though. 151.
Yeah, he gets a lot of stacks. He gets tier 2 and tier 3 tower on the top lane. A lot of money in his pocket. And I see that Titanic Hydra being built in the inventory. That is gonna be scary. Because there is a nice little funny 3 auto reset combo you can put on that champion that will leave any squishy reeling. You can do the nice, like, normal auto into the E reset, into the Titanic reset, and it will just shred any squishy champion in the game.
The off-brand Hail Blades, if you will.
Yeah, it's an off-brand Halo Blades, but it's even more scary because you have Grasp of the Undying.
And it's on Mundo. Whose HP goes up the lower his HP is. So it just gets scarier and scarier. Oh, To the moon though. Maybe be face checking.
Maybe. Oh no.
They see him. We don't face check.
Okay.
They're
It's okay.
safe this time around.
Yes. NQP does have first control over the Baron. I'm curious to see, will they elect to start it, or are they trying to force the fight out first?
So kind of taunty to give over a Heartsteel stack to the Mundo player.
Very nice of them. You know, they're just exchanging.
Changing his positioning, looking now to engage onto the Vex. Misses it because of the fear. Airborne, rooted, stunned.
Oh,
passive.
that instantly goes in the passive.
Also takeover though. Gets the actually kills the Nautilus. The Jin's actually kind of in a horrible position.
Wait,
the
Varus.
I'm dead. Oh!
There's one reset, two resets.
Diego is just dancing. But he's not dancing enough. Diego has enough attacks and the items now to start shredding. He's trying his best.
Dragonal.
Is he gonna have the Q? Black Dragonal. It kills.
One shot. The max HP damage on Blight, just shredding him, and it comes down to a 1v1. Oh, we might want to leave.
Dixie chasing. Oh,
you might want to leave though.
Does get the kill. Professor.
Professor is back.
He's gonna clean it out.
Yep.
Tragically, will make
honestly, like, this is a great outcome for TTM in this game state. They were down so much, and they're able to find the key picks, mainly like being able to land that chain of corruption onto the Viego getting caught out, and it took him so long to get the body. It took him so long to get anything, because Zach was able to get up from passive. Jin went down. Varus was just running through their team, just space gliding.
Actually
almost.
ran through. He actually ran through the enemy team. He said, "I see Jin. Jin is stunned. I am on him." White on rise.
It was perfect. It was actually perfectly what he needed to do there, and it ended up working out great for TTM. They get a lot of money in their pockets, and it gets them in a better position to play around this Baron Nashor.
1 minute. Next dragon. Dragon number 5.
Yeah, they definitely need to think about how they want to approach this dragon for sure. I will say, seeing this Viego build, he's going way more for a frontline bruiser style, so he actually doesn't have the damage to execute targets for this reset. He is purely relying on his teammates to give him resets, which is a bold strategy, especially on such a, what you would like to be a self-reliant carry champion, but let's see how it pans out. He is still at the 0 kills, but he is playing the support Viego, so the kills don't really matter in that sense. Let's see. Oh, we see a potential catch. Wait,
Mundo trying to make some space.
Mundo.
Now the space that is dead.
That is so much damage.
Dragon spawns.
Wait, this is the mid
Minto,
caught on the other side. The top laners, what are you doing?
Oh, Vex catches the what shots are they getting?
Oh no, the fight's over then. They
Hostile
don't have
takeover over the enemy
left?
team, but no one can attack. Everyone's reloading or whatnot.
There's no damage
It's horrible.
left. Professor's trying to live as long as he can.
Oh, we got the Vex though.
No, but it's not enough.
We don't kill Jin though.
It is not enough. That will be Ocean Soul for NQP. Very close fight. But again, another extremely key ultimate from Peachy Pixie on the Vex. They've been hitting some really good ults this game, making sure they can catch out the Varus. This has been 2 fights now where it has completely decided to fight, catching the Varus out, one-shotting the damage dealer for TTM, and making the game quite difficult. But it is exactly what NQP wants from their mid laner. They secure the Ocean Soul. Now they're going to try to look to secure the Baron. How do you feel that TTM can try to turn the tide of this Baron fight? They need a good way to turn this Baron fight. How do you feel like they're going to have to do that, Grant?
Oh man, I feel like it's so hard. I mean, I thought last fight was as good as it's gonna get. Like, you killed the enemy top lane tank before the fight even starts, but we just don't position in front of our AD carry. So he's able to be messed up by the enemy mage, and this little mistake just costs them significantly. So at this point, it really comes down to the Moon. Are they going to walk into the traps, or are they going to be able to land their combinations of buttons?
It's looking scary. Mint has to respond to this Mundo split push on the side. And they
Not what you
need
want
to
to
try to
see.
get these waves out.
As,
Oh,
as
large
history
chunk of
tells,
damage.
Mint doesn't actually deal with this Mundo champion. He kind of just kills the wave. As Mundo really just hits the tower if he gets the wave into said tower.
Oh, and Titanic Hydra is completed. That is a lot of damage. Oh, Tanti's getting caught there.
Yeah. Nautilus getting traded back upon.
Zaka's passive is up. They have to play around the
Zach
passive.
passive is down.
Oh, but the hostile takeover misses.
Oh, he lives! The Diego is trying to get killed.
Watch the Viego.
He's killed!
And he's down.
Oh! The Mars is hit though, and literally annihilated. It's not even close.
And just like that, the
charm misses. Oh, Professor graciously catches the ultimate, and that is a cleanup for the side of NQP as they To the Moon has lost all pieces of the party.
Yeah, that will
and
be.
Now Mint, his counter pick looking like a counter don't.
Yeah, this will definitely be looking like we'll be going to a game 3, and they are definitely calling the curtains on TTM for this match. But it's okay. We have one more game. They can bring it back. It's gonna be exciting. One more game.
1-1.
Very close fight. Oh, it came down to these Vex ults every time.
Yep, and that's the power of Vex. That's the power of Vex. She looks so hapless. The matchup doesn't look that bad for the Ahri, and then all of a sudden, the Vex doesn't have somebody who can match her. There's no threat when she goes in. The Ahri is never prepared because the Ahri is looking for her own plays. So the Vex just has a field day in a game like this. So game number 2, and we will now be forced into a game number 3. So hang tight, don't go anywhere as we wait for the draft for game number 3 between To the Moon, Aegaeon, and NQP in the Titan Eternal series.
Back. We are going in to game 3 for draft 3, covering TTM versus NQP for the Titan series. Excited to see how this draft plays out. I have Grant here with me to cover all the interesting draft details that happen. What do you think the style is gonna show for TTM here? What kind of style do they want to pursue going into this game 3?
That's a great question. And if I'm to the moon, Aegaeon, there's one thing and one thing only I want to do. I want to lock in a hyper carry for my AD carry, whether that's Isaiah, whether that's a Kaisa, whether that's a Kog'Maw or Smolder, Sivir. And then I want to put my jungler on this character. His name is Skarner. I want him to play Skarner for me.
Skarner.
I want him to see what he can do. That is ideal. Is that actually going to happen? We'll have to see.
We will have to see. That definitely sounds like the TTM Aegaeon way. They do like to have those tank jungles, those hyper carry ADCs. I'm hoping to see a draft more similar to game 1. I honestly was not very convinced with the game 2 draft having Professor more on like a catch-oriented mid laner, or having that more, I guess, countered matchup topside. So I'm hoping more for replication of game 1. And the bans are already flying through. Pretty similar to game 1 bans, like game 2 bans. Nothing extremely different coming out.
NQP electing to get rid of the Xayah. This makes me think that they want to play a diving kind of style into this next game. Whether that's like the Wukong, the J4, maybe a Vi. We're
Maybe
going to have to
that
see
might
what
be
they
the
have to
B1
choose.
that they look for. Maybe we haven't seen any of the extremely popular jungles even get played this series yet. So that might
That
be the
is true.
case, where we see like a Wukong B1 slam deer like they do at Worlds, or Xin Zhao or Jarvan. There's just so many champions still up that are strong in the meta. Hwei B1, that's a pretty safe one, I would say.
Wei B1 is very safe indeed. He has a long range. He theoretically can go into support, AD carry, and into bot into mid. Most people elect to just put him into the mid lane, so you can kind of suspect that the champion's going to just stand there. And it's really hard to kind of deal with this kind of champion. He
Karma
has,
mid.
please don't, Carmel mid.
It's Karma mid. I know Professor, and this is Karma mid. Oh
He's
boy.
taking Karma mid into Hui.
Yeah, I'm a little concerned. This does mean that they're going to pair it with some more fighting bruiser jungle. Could be a Xin Zhao, could be the Volibear. Maybe it could be something spicy like an Olaf, but Xin Zhao
There's
comes
the Xin
out
Zhao. Xin
very
Zhao does very
straightforward.
good into the Hui. It's a very good matchup. I do actually am a fan
Ooh,
because as Xin
Karma Xin
Zhao,
Zhao.
you can just kind of ignore the Hui after ulting. It's very nice.
Interesting. So now we have Xin Zhao and Trundle. Classic response to the Xin Zhao is going to get picked over for NQP unless they have anything else cooked up. Maybe a Master Yi. I don't think he plays it, but if he does, it's pretty good here. Probably will just be Trundle though. Yeah, it's just Trundle. We're
I
not
like
cooking.
to go with Trundle.
And then they'll
Trundle very, very
respond.
stable.
Yeah,
The pillar
very
works
stable
really
champion.
well with the Hui. The QE, the grounding with the pillar provides just a lot of debilitation. Makes it really hard for the enemies to play. Very scary, especially for this melee champion like Xin Zhao.
Yeah, definitely. Especially post Triforce, Trundle is very scary to try to match with the Xin Zhao, because every time you try to fight him as Xin, he's gonna steal your AD, he's gonna steal your stats, and he has the Triforce to just batter you down with his club. And Kaisa picked up. This feels a little bit conflicting of styles from NQP, in my honest opinion, but we'll see how they play it. Maybe it's just comfort. Maybe Kaisa's just the most comfortable ADC left on the board
Trundle
for their
Kaisa works
player.
really good. It works really
Yes,
well. So
I
don't
was
so
thinking more
don't
of the Hoi
write it off
Kaisa.
yet. Yeah, Hui Kaisa works
The Hoi
also really
Kaisa
well
feels
because Hui needs vision, and Kaisa gives that for him. And
okay.
she needs something to provide space.
Smoter.
And oh, the
Schmoda.
little dragon. We are hitting.
Schmoda.
We are playing for the elder buff.
Yes. I like Schmoda. This is great.
This matchup is very hateful. It's very hateful. Like to put it into actual terms, Kaisa does have kill pressure and presence on the Smolder, but the prescribed build that people go on for Kaisa, it is just not enough burst. It just does not come out fast enough before Smolder can land his WQ. So, sight to be seen whether or not Smolder is able to hit his benchmarks, his passive benchmarks, and his item benchmarks, and can get to those items that he needs and that passive times, so that when he does get dove by these Strundle Kaisa, he isn't just instantly killed.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. I mean, they already have a pretty good comp for the Smolder. Zin's out buying a lot of space and creating a lot of area for Smolder to play in, and Karma having the shielding for him as well might be pretty solid. I'm curious what the blind pick for TTM might come out to be. Honestly, I feel like they would, in my honest opinion, I feel like you should just blind some tanky frontliner, but it's gonna be a blind Thresh.
I
Okay.
am not a fan of this.
I am not either. I feel a little scared for the side of TTM having this blind Thresh come out. You're giving a good amount of stats over to the Trundle.
I kind of liked. Oh, okay.
Leona.
I actually like this a lot now. No, never mind. I actually
They
like this a
counter,
lot
yeah.
because
Yeah.
if yeah,
Oh,
yes, NQP, please do this to yourselves. Please shoot yourselves in the foot.
Braum.
Yes, yes.
Okay, it's better now. It is better
NQP
now.
has just completely trivialized their entire draft. So let me give some context. As an AD carry player, your goal is to try to get as many resources on game state as possible. This Smolder is trying to provide stacks for himself through hitting his abilities on enemy champions, and his W as a projectile that pierces. If the Braum shield does not go up fast enough, is nigh guaranteed to give the enemy Smolder 2 stacks every time he aims for the Kaisa. Because Braum is naturally going to want to defend his Kaisa from damage, but inevitably it's going to feed the Smolder even more. Braum also, because of the nature of how he stands directly in front and on top of minion waves, which just and I don't think support players really understand this because Smolder hasn't been in the game for long enough. But every single stack that you accidentally give to a Smolder player is just minutes of time that you're just going to suffer. Because there is nothing that exists besides suffering for anyone else in the game after Smolder hits the 225 stats. Piper, what do you think about this top matchup?
I think, to be honest, sure, Nar's going to have some pressure in the lane phase. He's going to be annoying, pelting on him with damage. But I'll be so honest, once Cassante hits like an item, 2 items, he doesn't care. He's going to do Cassante things. He's going to walk in front of your whole team. He's going to tank all the damage. He might just yoink your way into another dimension and 1v1 them with the all-out. Yeah, Cassante champ is just insanity. This champ is nuts. And overall, I think the matchup, as the game progresses, will be Cassante favored. But as during the lane, I think Gnar will be pretty good. For the overall game state, it's interesting, but I'm actually favoring TTM's draft slightly. I really like the security and the scaling. I like how honestly simple it feels to play this comp. You buy a lot of space, you buy a lot of time, and you let Smolder poke people out. A 225 stack Smolder is scary because you have all that shrew damage, you have the executes, and you have these champions who create so much space. The Cassante, the Thresh, the Zinzao, Karma able to peel, even Thresh able to peel, and Smolder's just gonna pelt away, true damage ticking on their tanks, and they don't really have any true tanks, so they don't have a lot of health bars to work with. And for the people who do want to go in, Kaisa doesn't have an easy time going in aside from the Gnar ulti. So overall, I am personally liking the TTM draft. Hoping the game goes in their favor. We will see. I'm excited to see a game 3. I also love to see some of these champions and very curious how it will play out.
I'm really expecting to see the side of NQP looking to try to assassinate the dragon, and that being their main focal point.
it's gonna be very similar to game two, where they want to assassinate the AD carry, but how are they going to do it this time? Because last time they had the Vex being able to ult in and one shot. This time they don't. This time they have the Kaisa, but we need someone to enable the Kaisa to go in, or else she is going to go in and get popped.
Hypothetically, you have the Nareth jumping in. You
You do have
have
the
the
dunk.
Trundle running in. You have things to create that space, but sight to be seen whether or not they're able to make it happen. So, as we wait for game number 3, hang tight as we are about to start loading in for our game number 3 between Titan or TTM.
Welcome back to the stream. We'll be having TTM Game 3 versus NQP in this series at Titan Eternal. Once again, I am Hyper. I am joined by Grant. We are excited to cover this fascinating Game 3. And out of curiosity, how do you feel that TTM needs to play this early game in order to keep a stable system for this Smolder to excel?
That's a great question. I think they just want as much fighting to happen on tempo around the Smolder as possible. Quite frankly, every single attack you're able to land is just so valuable. Every ability you land, especially in the early game, especially since we've elected from both sides to handshake the melee versus melee. So
yeah, I think definitely
neither side getting an
stacks.
intrinsic value or like advantage state from minute 1 from supports. What's really cool about what these teams have decided is they've kind of given incredible dodge by Professor there, really recognizing the the limits of the champion. Back into bot lane though, back to the side. The Kai'Sa versus Smolder is pretty stable on its own. And because they've elected to go for melee versus melee, both supports are kind of at the whims of the AD carries. So it's really going to come down to, is the Braum able to get that passive proc with his Q into the Kai'Sa getting the auto attacks to help with it? Or is it truly just going to be a thresh hook into large swaths of damage from the little dragon?
There seems to already be a good amount of trading coming out in the mid lane matchup. They are both pretty aggressive, just trading Qs with each other, wanting to output as much pressure as they can to ensure that their centerpiece of the map stays good. And we also see both junglers, once again, both pathing down. Trundle actually almost a camp ahead of Xin Zhao. That's a little scary. Trundle might be able to find a bit of a tempo play to make. Oh my gosh, this play is low. Some very scary trades coming out. Let's see. If Trundle won't opt for any early ganks, we'll just continue the full clear. No risk in it for the Game 3. I was genuinely a little worried that with the extra tempo that the Trundle had, he might have gone for the level 3 gank. Ooh. Trade coming out for the Karma. That looks fun and interactive. Yeah, man. The way
Goodness gracious.
Taking the damage.
Professor saying, yep, get schooled. This is my matchup. I understand it, and I understand how much damage I can do to you because you don't have the damage actually yet to break my shields on the retaliation.
See here, I mean, wow, Trundle is actually up an entire camp on the Xin Zhao. This is a little scary because this could lead into either a early gank, early setup. He might even try to camp that brush near the blue buff for Xin Zhao to create a trap for him. We will see what ends up happening. Oh, Xin Zhao just completes it.
Oh, it's the start.
50-50. Oh, but
Tarky
wins the 50-50.
Bot blue side flashes onto the Trundle. First blood. Going to Trundle.
He's gonna get 2.
Karma, the next target.
Oh,
able to blast going out.
Barely gets away. Play QW might try to look for his target.
Nope,
but
no dice.
Find it. Yeah, that is scary. You know, he hits the 50-50 on the crab, but gets rotated on first. Braum blowing both sums to cash that Xin Zhao. Makes you wonder, man. It's a little scary, and honestly, probably not fully worth giving that 300 gold over to the Trundle in an already scary matchup, but here comes a top gank coming in. If Gnar, relatively overextended, and Mega already through, they won't commit. They won't.
Doesn't commit, looking for the crab, but recognizing it's not there. Oh,
but now we're back on Mininar.
Oh, lands it, but does not walk into him. Interesting.
Wow. Yeah. Very interesting. We land, the wind becomes lightning, but don't follow up with the audacious charge. Instead, we just
oh no,
back
this is the exact situation I was talking about.
Oh.
Braum lands a Q, and Kai'Sa looks like she's an amazing champion. Like, I don't know.
Oh boy. Already getting picked
Boulder.
off. Yeah, the early game
Getting
thresh.
stacks, but
Not
goodness
great.
gracious, that's not what you want to see.
Oh, I mean, we're having some good top trades going off. Trundle taking a little reset in between camps, but a trade going out mid lane. No kill though. Yeah, this map is already looking pretty scary for the side of TTM. Luckily, it's not that massive of a gold advantage yet, but it's starting to accumulate. Maybe we'll be able to put a halt on it before it gets too far. We'll trick him out.
Yeah, with the flash.
Ooh, death sentence. Leads into a gray screen. Nice. Great roam from CU there, finding the angle to hit the flash Q onto the Hui. Yeah. Great timer. And honestly one that honestly those mid laners might not fully expect, especially out of support.
That's within that first minute since Dragon has spawned. You're exactly right. Here comes, because here's actually the support.
Oh, but here it comes. Trundle.
Goodness gracious, the damage though.
The Trundle Braum, but oh no, Taunty walks in.
Electing the path incorrect position and just gets swamped.
Oh god, Trundle is showing why he is the Troll King in this situation, and he is just decimating. Ooh, but the All Out comes out on top lane with a good trade. Oh, but we're missing the Q.
Flash by Gnar keeps him safe.
Unstoppable.
Mid tries to go forwards, lands the buttons, takes some damage retaliation.
Oh no!
Dancing with fire. Both sides getting low. Mid desperately low though. Having to lick his wounds and take it back.
Yeah, it is. It is just so close on both sides. Almost finding the kill on both ends. But Taunty's coming up top lane, might be able to find this kill onto the Gnar, but he's about to go Mega. Will it be? Oh,
more HP. He doesn't have OR. He used it in the fight before.
I believe this should be a kill for Taunty. Okay. Whew.
Professor getting ulted.
Close.
Large damage across by Hui. Trying to force that Karma champion off of him. Doing a good job actually. It's getting really scary now.
Yeah, this is getting very scary, and the map is looking honestly very scary for the side of TTM. This Trundle is 3-0, and you honestly do not want to be walking into this guy. He is getting closer and closer to finishing Triforce, and that was what I was talking about in the draft phase, that once this Trundle hits Triforce, he's on a whole nother level. And if you accelerate that timing to the point where he even could get Triforce before Xin completes Sundered, it is terrifying for the game state.
Yep, that Trundle will absolutely just completely roam and take over the game. Well, Braum mid flashes forwards, kills. Oh, the flash forwards!
Oh no!
Zhao tries to get the Hui, but to no avail because he's flashed out.
Yeah, he is.
3 flashes instantly burned.
Whoa! Yeah, I mean, Braum just flashes forward, hits the Q onto the Karma, and then Hui is able to flash out of the Xin Zhao engage, and that's free grubs. For the side of NQP, they're looking quite dominant in this early game. Hoping that maybe we can bring it back into mid to late when the Smolder gets his execute. Will there be some more trading?
Really showing why the Freljord is not to be reckoned with.
Oh yeah, Freljord has always had some of those more notoriously strong pro play champions. I mean, how long has Sejuani and Ashe been in pro play now? Those champions are in almost every meta.
Especially on the same side.
Yep.
It's like you have that. It's where do you think they got the idea for CFT? Gotta get your synergy buff by drafting. You gotta get your Freljord buff, bro.
But now the map is quieting down a bit. After quite a hectic early game. I mean, it's not even 10 minutes yet, and we have 7 kills, Dragon, 3 grubs. They're getting some crazy stuff off the board.
Oh, bot lane. Engage. It lands. However, it's not enough to
Yeah.
keep the full ingress.
And they don't want a full
Smolder
commit.
loves
Because the Smolder hasn't even based yet. He doesn't want a full commit. I think he just hit 25 stack. Oh, wait, he's at 76. I'm wrong. Wow, he's okay. I mean, he's on a pretty good. I would say a pretty solid pathway. I wouldn't be too mad at 76 stack Smolder here. I think it's pretty solid.
Ideally, it's 10.
Yeah, ideally it.
He's at 7 right now. He's about 7. He's about 7 to 7.5, which is not bad.
It's not too shabby, especially in this game state where he's a little more threatened in the early game. Oh, Trundle's coming mid.
Oh, the
Flash comes out. That's an early flash though. I think he still gets caught by the pillar.
But Gnar.
Oh, but
it's on the other
TTM is
side.
trading a play.
Oh, he's
That's a
dead.
kill onto the Gnar.
Karma.
Well, Professor lives long
Karma's
enough.
trying to survive. Karma is alive.
The Crescent
Karma's
Guard
alive.
able to save, and he just walks down the way. And this Trundle is trying to get out.
There's no Trinity Force.
There's no Triforce. There's no Triforce. This is the exact timer that Xin wants to be fighting on. He's on Sundered, and Trundle hasn't hit his Triforce yet. That is exactly the timer you want to be fighting on as Xin Zhao in this situation. And they make a good outcome out of it. They're able to kill the Gnar, they're able to kill the play, save their karma. It looks like they're starting to swing the pace of the game back in favor. Well, not fully in favor of TTM gold-wise yet, but it's stabilizing more and more.
Oh, Karma teleports to the bot lane.
I don't know.
Rom gets engaged.
Do anything. Maybe. Wait, this is a full Essence Reaver Smolder. This might be a kill.
Kai'Sa's trying. They're certainly. Oh, Kai'Sa's really trying.
Uh-oh, let's be careful play. But Brom's got hooked.
Gracious. They know when it's dying.
Oh, but they don't find anything, and that's two. They stay. Oh, they overstay their welcome. They try to take that turn a little bit too far onto the Kai'Sa, and they just overstay their welcome and
forced into the Smolder. But the Smolder is not able to weave in auto attacks because these opportunities where we have are not opportunities. They are forced situations.
What is NQP doing?
This looks fantastic though.
What is NQP doing?
The side is completely out of position, and the top lane
Smolder gets a double.
Completely dead.
Smolder gets a double. He doesn't have to give barely anything.
See,
okay. Uh-oh. Okay, never mind. I said it's too soon. I apologize, Little Dragon. I have cursed you.
Little Dragon's been what we call cyberbullied.
he thought he was safe enough to walk back up, and then kind of just took an entire painting to the face, Bob Ross style, and fell over.
Kai'Sa for good measure landing her W. Guaranteeing that assist. Excellent work by the side of NQP.
And honestly, NQP is looking pretty scary with all these objectives they have stacked up and almost a 1k gold lead. It's going to come down to probably these Rift Herald and next Dragon fight to see if they'll be able to keep continuing their advantage or if there'll be some disruption in their game plan. Or it might even go longer. You have a Smolder. You could try to stall the game as long as you want, and honestly, the longer the game goes, the happier you are to have this Smolder on your team.
The one and only goal right now for TTM is 225.
Yeah, 100% agree with you on that one. They need this Smolder to hit 225 in order to get that execute.
They actually have a bludgeon. Until then, they're kind of waiting, sharpening their teeth, because no one else on the side of TTM has even remotely strong enough capabilities to make things happen. Kasante's tanky, but not actually a threat. Xin Zhao has gotten some kills, but can get kited, and it gets completely trivialized by Braum. Thresh is worthless by himself, and this Karma champion is just buying her Malignants. So she's just coming online, about 14 minutes. Braum, ulti.
They baited the Xin Zhao, and he got subjugated, so he's gonna lose every resistance he has and fall into what? We're turning? We're turning with the...
Yeah, attempting the turn, but recognizing how much danger he's in.
Oh no.
Now, Little Dragon.
Oh no. Smolder is down.
Won't you stay?
Oh no.
You will not be living to see another day. as Kaisa has floated with Killer Instinct and has made your
I'm a
life.
bit out of a loss for words. It's, they tried to go for the initial pick onto the Gnar, but, with only Cassante and Xin Zhao, they lack the damage and time before the team shows up. And then trying, instead of playing to get out and saying, oh, well, we misjudged it, we doubled down. We doubled down with the re-engage. And our whole team kind of falls to that, and they get a Rift Herald now and continue the advantage for NQP. It's just looking like the game is just getting more and more dire for TTM, and they might have to just give as many objectives as they can until the Smolder hits the promised land of 225.
Indeed. 338 is certainly not there, but
it is not 225.
It's not going to be late. Because without this 138, it's going to take him about 8 minutes. He's able at 8 minutes is 56 stats. That would leave him around 180. And that would put us right around 24 minutes. If he does a horrible job farming with his for stacks, he could easily be there.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Any amount of good engagements, he could easily beat those target numbers. 7 times 8 is 56. 56 plus 38 is 180. Those are kind of I'm thinking about the numbers.
Okay,
but
makes
those
sense.
are not hard numbers. We're gonna have to decide to be seen whether or not in the next 48 seconds how this actual elemental dragon goes.
Yeah, I think it's going to come down to if he can get a lot of stacks on this upcoming fight, because positioning-wise, it's looking like TTM wants to take this dragon fight, but they're going to need the top laner.
They just need to stand and walk the Smolder at the enemy team. Just let him press Q on repeat. Every Q he gets is literally liquid gold. People don't recognize how much value you're able to gain. Even if you just press W. W has a phenomenal range. It's just as long as a Morgana Q. But you gotta give him the positioning. As you can see, these poke attempts are not in good positions and are not landing.
Looking like a bit of neutral game coming out right now from both sides.
Blue side has better positioning. Wei has rooted.
Xin Zhao's not able to get the Crescent Guard until it's too late. He's gonna fall.
Too little, too late. Killer
and Smolder can't reach.
Bundle has completely explasminated the enemy mid laner. Karma. Instant dead.
Yeah, it just seems like there was a little bit too early of an engage from the side of TTM, and there's what is happening?
He made a mistake.
Yeah, wait a minute. I mean, Burn flash off from the Wei. Will this turn into a kill for TTM? Doesn't seem like it.
Wei cleans up the Thresh. Is able to stance his way out of this one. I mean, the Smolder got quite a few stacks, but is it enough? Is the question. The answer is no. He does not go for the money. He doesn't go for the kills. He does not feel strong, and he quite honestly, with this build, he isn't strong. The Essence Reaver does not give you that efficacy that you're really looking for in your auto attacks and or in your damage. It gives you all the sustain you would never need, but like there's so many other ways to find sustain within the game of League of Legends. So they tell that little dragon has his IE in 225. He's really not a threat to the enemy team.
Yeah, it does make sense, and it felt like the fight was just played too fast for the side of TTM, and Conti is caught again.
Speaking of too fast.
Yep, and too fast from one death to the next, but barely survives thanks to the lantern from CU.
Mobile rescue beacon.
Yeah, they need to,
barely,
I think
barely near.
TTM needs to slow this game down tremendously. They are down about 6k gold, but they aren't looking to slow down.
Again.
He's caught again.
Unable to slow down. And the Smolder, while that's happening, caught in front of this tier 2. 1v1.
Oh my god, true. He did get caught out. This is looking absolutely tragic. We're getting closer and closer to a potential 10k gold lead.
There it is.
Now it's Cassante. Barely out because his champ is Moroccan.
That
Any of the
champion
top
has
laner
been out
just
for
perishes
not
there.
that many years, folks. That is the difference. You're wondering what the difference is between a tank that is old and a tank that's new? That's what you just seen. The tank that's new has somehow the ability to keep itself alive with 1 HP and able to move. Crazy stuff.
I'd say the biggest tank that I will say that I think is still amazing from the olden days. Come on now, let's get the Cho'Gath. I love myself some Cho'Gath.
You love
But
the Cho'Gath. You got the Mundo. I mean, you got some classics.
you got some
But they
classics. You
have
even got like Malphite.
Malphite in some games is just absolutely hateful.
It's pretty funny.
But the real
Having that
question
instant
is,
arm
like to be
button.
seen, Aegaeon's the next objective. Is TTM Aegaeon able to get their Smolder from 191 to that 225 and then actually clean up these fights in a positive manner? Because right now they just aren't able to do so. They're the ones being caught. But
They're gonna look to collapse on Hue. Okay, I think they'll be able to find him. Whoa! He exploded.
Up. 196.
196, getting closer and closer. Going straight down to the Aegaeon. They're gonna look to start it.
It has been started. Blue side started.
Oh, it already got started by the enemy team.
Yeah. To the moon is going to keep it going.
Yeah,
Taking a little bit of damage on the other side of it, though.
Yeah, the patience of this Aegaeon is fluctuating a bit. Seems like it has like a dinner to catch or something. But the fight's coming out. K'Sante died instantly.
Subjugation.
Oh no.
From insta-pop, the Xin Zhao popped.
And they didn't have enough.
Popped.
Oh, they didn't have enough damage to kill the other side of the fight. And the thing is, the scary deal with K'Sante and Trundle is that if Trundle subjugates you before you go all out on K'Sante, guess what stats he's taking? The first ones, not your all-out stats. So you're losing so many stats because you lose them already. So you're just a squishy fighter at that point, and you get one shot.
Fighter, might I add, because you don't have any. Because all of your damage comes from the fact that you're translating your armor and magic resistance into damage, and you're not getting any of that damage
because it's getting subjugated from you to Trundle. And he's taking all the resistances, so you're losing your damage, and then you're even getting lower resistances in your all-out form. So it is horrifying, and oh my gosh, it is.
Talk to getting a little brazen, and getting punched in the face once again.
It's a little tragic. This is the sad thing when it comes to Xin Zhao, is that he's such a strong champion, but when you fall behind, you just lose a lot of that strength, and you lose the power to take over games when behind on this champ.
As well as, if there are champions outside of his role that can be picked, that completely trivialize his champion. This Braum, just existing. Oh, 225. The sound isn't played. But just because Braum exists, he is just permanently stunned every single time he tries to engage on the enemy team. And it's just causing him to be dead. Every single time.
This game might come down to an Elder Dragon flip. Or even a Baron play, because we have to execute now for the Smolder. He's only at 2 items though, which is not ideal. Kai'Sa's already at 3. She is rolling in the dough. But we'll see how TTM can play this Baron fight. Maybe they can get a great pick onto the Kai'Sa and make the fight easier. Maybe they can do that. Maybe they can draw the fight out a long time for Smolder to do his Smolder magic. I'm unsure. It's, obviously the game is looking more dire and dire as we're hitting the 10k gold lead for NQP. But who knows? Teams have won larger deficits before. So maybe that can be replicated in this game.
Sight to be seen whether or not they're able to hold on to the moon. Really just sitting in their jungle, clearing out vision on those last ropes. Oh, see you. Out of position.
See you. Oh no. See you. Okay.
Oh, she's allowed to live. Walks out.
She does get out. Comes another Prey Seeker. I don't think it connects though.
This Karma champion is not actually a pusher, so she's gonna have to back.
Yeah. The Karma champion not finding too much relevance as the game time progresses. Oh no. And that's another kill.
Conti does not know where his tower is.
Another kill. Oh boy.
That would be where a tower would be. But unfortunately, it's 25 minutes, and that tower no longer exists. Oh, the hook onto the Trundle makes it look pretty good, but the Trundle blocks a lot. The Darb jumps into the back, but doesn't actually hit the Smolder. The side of blue is taking a lot of damage, but Siyu has lost her life to the Wei. That damage will stick.
Oh, it's just not enough.
Absolutely beat the ass of the dragon on the back end of that fight. Goodness gracious.
I mean, it mainly came down to Braum having that nice shield blocking bomb from coming in and just blazing the entire team of NQP, saving them from the scorching they were going to have. A lot of damage.
Yeah. So much damage blocked, for sure. Devastating for the side of TTM. But a minor consequence in the grand scheme of the amount of problems that we're seeing.
Professor, this isn't your lecture hall. You can't be walking through here, my guy.
Mint as well, pushing back out of the base, is now also picked up as the legendary is down.
This is game.
Yeah, that's game.
What?
One by one, they fall. One by one, they play. One by one, they go down. As this game, the Smolder hits the 288, but the problem is the Trundle Braum.
It's not enough.
It's way too strong. And Zin Thresh is kind of fake in a lot of ways. Because the problem is there's a lot of skill expression involved in how they have to play, and they don't actually provide a lot of resources to each other. The Braum ultimate, or Braum E, blocking the bomb again.
I mean, this game just came down dominant showing from NQP to follow out the game. And just like that, series is closed. NQP win in a 2-1 series versus TTM. It was a good attempt overall. You know, a dominant performance from TTM in game 1, a close game in game 2, and then a dominating performance by NQP in game 3. Probably one of the closer series you can have, but it's just not enough for the side of TTM to close this one out. But GG though, very good series overall and entertaining to watch.
TTM. But absolutely right, Hyper. What you're saying is completely correct. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
You were absolutely, completely, and utterly entertaining. As we had some high killed games, we had high execution, and very, very low points as well. As we saw a lot of mechanical error from both sides that allowed for the actual development of human expression. So thank you all for coming tonight. Stay safe, and this is the end of the stream for us. Take care, as this best of 3 is over, as the NQP has taken this series 2-1 over to the moon. Any last thoughts, comments, or concerns?